Hi everybody, this is your girl Bella J, and it is Moo Time, the dating series, and we are back. And yes, I'm a little bit amped today, and I don't really care about that right back there. That's my sweater. When it gets cold in here, I have to put it on, right? And you know, I washed my bra, but that dye is so strong, it didn't come out. So at this point, I don't care. Because I will be buying new bras next week, and this is going to go in the garbage because the cup is just a little too big. But this is not why we're here. This is episode 11 of the dating series. You know, we do the dating series, and I had took a break from it, and now we're back because this article came in. Change the way you look at dating in 2015 by Lakshmi Gandhi. So let's get with it. Resolutions: leave your old dating habits behind in the new year. And I have to agree with that. You know, if you're new to my channel, Moo means my own opinion, and I have to agree with that. Even I'm learning, and I'm still learning every day to leave the old mess behind. I cannot judge any new person with my old ex, although my ex left a high standard with the way he treated me, that I have a hard time really dealing with men now because of they're not meeting up to his standards. I'm sorry, he spoiled me in a way that, hello, I'm spoiled. So Lakshmi here says changing for a relationship isn't necessarily a bad thing. Being unwilling to change is a different way of saying that you are already perfect. And although perfect people may exist, I haven't met many of them with a good partner and in a good relationship. You change towards each other. This was by psychiatrist Howard Foreman at New York's Montefiore Medical Center. Oh shit, Monty's in the house. Whoop whoop. Okay. Foreman explains why singles should leave conventional dating advice behind this year and suggests these tips instead. So let's get with it. Tip number 1. Constantly evolve. I've evolved. It's 2 years that I've been on YouTube, and I have evolved. I am a better me. I am a better Bella J. Hello. I'm being an ass right now. I couldn't help that. Okay. Change is good. Let's compare it to a musical act like the Backstreet Boys. If you go to one of their shows now, it's like seeing a novelty act where they sing all of the same songs. Compare that to someone like Taylor Swift. She is constantly changing. Do you want to be doing the same thing all of the time, or do you want to try something new? Hello, Madonna. All her concerts, when she went on tour, each year was something totally different, like literally. I love her, and I like Taylor Swift too. Learn to fight fair. We talk a lot in therapy about fighting dirty versus fighting clean. When you fight dirty, if your partner does something like leave a dirty plate in the sink, you say things like, you are so inconsiderate. You've taken an action and blown it up to about every aspect of a relationship instead of, you should really target the action instead. Okay, there's not really much to say about this. And then it says here there's a plus. Okay, oh gosh, I need my reading glasses. It's easy for people who are unhappily single to think that they are the only ones who feel that way. It's so out of one's individual control, says Foreman. So it's a question of how do you take something that is out of your control and expose yourself to the wonderful possibilities out there. Okay, and then it says, realize that sometimes it is you. And you know what? It is me. There are certain things, I've blown some situations out of proportion and I scared guys away, so it was me. The person who you have the most influence over is yourself, Foreman points out. Are you someone who moves too quickly or too slowly? Do you get so anxious that it leads you to say something that you don't mean? I've done that. Recognizing these traits is the first step to fixing them. Often a second opinion can help. Don't be afraid to consult a therapist or a counselor. So the Moo is on, because in the dating series and in dating period, I've learned that I have blown up or I have assumed something and it never was said. So I was dealing with some guys and I allowed sex to get involved, and allowing sex to get involved and hoping that he would give me a second date is not cool. We went out on the first date, then the second time we got together, we had sex. So, and it wasn't going to go anywhere. And how I realized that it wasn't going anywhere was because one day he had a day off. And instead of him calling me, he was doing his laundry and reading a book. He really didn't care to talk to me. And I took it highly personal. I took it like, wow. So he says that I was just a little bit too emotional. That's not the first time I've heard that. And I admit it. I have mistakenly misconstrued people's actions to be something else, and they were not. They were just really all about sex, and they weren't ready for a relationship. I should have read the signals. They were there. He meant well that he took me out on a date, but we should have never had sex. Intimacy causes problems. Now, you may be reading the guys off. I think really in dating, you really need to be mindful and date. Stop talking about sex. Don't worry about sex. Don't worry about him. Kid, don't pressure yourself. Men and women, don't pressure yourself. Why pressure yourself? Why? You make sure your breath is clean. Make sure your teeth are flossed. Make sure you shower, bathe, and everything. Make sure everything's on point. Make sure you look good. You know what? Come across respectful. However you're feeling, put it to the back burner. Because you don't want this person to see your emotional wreck knowing you had a bad day. That's not the way you want to come off. You don't have to dress to the nine like you're going to a fashion show, but be comfortable with who you are. Dress accordingly, dress appropriate for whatever you're going on. And I don't give a sorry to say this, I don't give a shit about anybody else. I really don't like faking a front. My pictures and my profiles on my dating page show with makeup and without makeup. When I post pictures and when I do videos here on YouTube, I show it both ways. I'm not going to fake it. You see my hair? This is all gray in the front, and the back is dark brown with grays spread out. This is predominantly gray. I don't hide it. I don't hide the hairs on my face. I am not going to misconstrue anybody. I don't want you to think I'm taking you for a game or anything. You're going to know the real person, but I'm not going to come across as a psycho. But I let them know what I'm looking for. I am not looking for a fuck friend. I am looking to establish myself, to meet someone so that we can have a relationship, and however long it lasts, and if it leads to marriage, then so be it. But I'm not worried about that right now, because when you put that much emphasis on marriage, then you're really, I'm sorry, I'm setting this, then when you worry about marriage, you really are putting too much pressure on that person. You have to know whether in dating, so you can put your best foot forward. You want to ask appropriate questions. I don't see nothing wrong in that. The first date, chill. You know, if you want to meet in person to see if the person is pretty or not, or handsome or not, it's okay. Your official date, be easy. Relax. Relax and enjoy the moment. Don't pressure him for a second date. Don't pressure her for a second date. Let it flow. You know, enjoy it, whatever. If you want to go on a second date at that point, then ask her, I would like to go on a second date. How about we meet up tomorrow? I'll pick you up from this stop, wherever your job is. I don't want to know where you work at just yet, but I will pick you up near there, or we can meet at a midpoint and we can have drinks, or we can have after work dinner, or whatever the case may be. It's something quick. It might have an after work comedy hour, but the fact that you initiated that. Ladies, I don't see nothing wrong with you initiating a moment where you can meet up for drinks or something. You want to get to know the person. You want to have fun. You want to show your good side. You want to show everything about you, but you don't want to all come out at one time. And that was my problem. And I will have to say that goes with all my neediness and the stupid things that I was doing, getting hurt, and things that I wasn't prepared for. Like emotionally, I was damaged goods. Like I wasn't ready to handle this. So now for my dating 2015, what am I doing better? Well, I'm really not dating per se anyone. I am involved in someone to a point, but I know that the reality is if I don't know my position, then it's nothing. Then we're just cool people. That's about it. Which that's going to change because I'm going to put my foot down. This has been more than more than enough. More than enough time has passed. I know what I want, and I am going to take it and be assertive in this, and I am going to step up to the plate, and I'm going to let him know how I feel. And if he's not on the same path as me, then I'm not going to hold it against him. I'm fine with that. I'm going to be hurt because I feel like I've invested time, but I'm not going to take it out on him. I'm just going to take a step back, breathe, handle, take care of business, and then just move on. So 2015 dating resolutions. What is your dating resolutions? You're single. What are you doing? Like, okay, a dating resolution is I'm going to start presenting myself better. I'm going to start exploring a little bit of fashion. I don't really like fashion. I don't like shoes, but I like black and whites. I want to dress a little bit better. I've been dressing frumpy. So that's not cool. Okay? As far as my gray hairs, unless someone is buying me wigs, let's not even go there. Don't judge me. You either see my hair or you don't. Okay? Makeup, yes. Some days, no. I want you to see all parts of me. I don't want there to be a surprise. Oh my gosh, that's the way she looks without makeup. No. You're going to see me with and without makeup. And I posted a picture today on Instagram and on Twitter and on my Facebook like page, and you can see my freckles in my picture. And I don't care. I love my hair on my face, everything. Be true to yourself and leave your old stinking habits in the back. And when you're on a date, please turn off your phone. Stop looking at your phone. Put it on silent or put it on vibrate. If it's not your family relative calling saying somebody's in the hospital, do not take no calls. Do not text. That is the rudest thing you can do. Move. I'm sorry. Don't be texting on a date. It's rude. And you know what? In all fairness, ladies and gentlemen, if you're already seeing somebody and you're dating somebody or you're really involved, don't go on a date with false pretense because that person is looking for a single person and you're already involved. I don't care if you're having troubles in your relationship. Don't do it to yourself. Don't do it to that person because that person does not appreciate. They don't deserve that. And you know what? It's called karma, and karma is a bitch. With that being said, thank you so much. Let me know what are your New Year's resolutions when it comes to dating. If you're single, or what changes have you made that you saw progress and that you really saw a change? What was it about you that made you change your the way you saw things? What was it? Please comment below. I really would love to hear from you. I enjoy talking to my subbies and people who watch my channel. Thank you so much for watching. And guess what? We'll be back next week for something else.